A century ago, the process of finding love was delightfully, beautifully stupid. If you wanted to get married in 1926, you didn't need an algorithm or a psychological profile. You just walked out your front door, looked at the nearest person your exact age walking down the dirt road, and your brain went, yeah, you'll do. You don't have the plague, I don't have the plague, let's sign a contract and raise goats. Fast forward to today. We possess the most sophisticated global communication network in human history. We have pocket-sized supercomputers capable of parsing billions of data points in milliseconds. We can screen potential partners based on their political views, their height, their favorite cinematic universe, and whether or not they think cilantro tastes like soap. We have access to thousands of lonely single people within a 5-mile radius. And yet, collectively, we are lonelier, more exhausted, and more thoroughly single than any generation that came before us. When did finding a human partner devolve into a grueling second full-time job? When did love stop being a human connection and start feeling like an unreleased, buggy mobile game optimized entirely to drain your mental health and your wallet? Welcome to the absolute nonsense of modern dating. To understand why your love life feels like a corporate nightmare, we have to look at how software engineers took the sacred, terrifying act of human romance and turned it into an RPG, a role-playing game. In the real world, human beings are incredibly complex, messy, contradictory entities. We are a collection of childhood traumas, weird breakfast habits, and unpredictable emotional shifts. But an algorithm can't read a soul. An algorithm can only read data. So to make humans compatible with software, the apps had to commodify us. They took everything you are and flattened you into a digital trading card. 3 photos, a snippet of a song, and a 150-character bio where you try to sound witty, but end up sounding like a generic corporate resume. We treat the dating pool exactly like we are browsing Amazon for a new toaster. We look at a human profile and think, I like the aesthetic, but look at that third picture. Is that a shadow of an ex-partner's shoulder? Let me check the reviews. No bio? Defective product. Return to sender. Psychologists call this phenomenon choice overload, or the paradox of choice. In a famous study, researchers set up a display booth with 24 varieties of gourmet jam. On another day, they set up a booth with only 6 varieties. The booth with more choices attracted more onlookers. But when it came time to actually buy something, the people given only 6 choices were 10 times more likely to buy a jar. When our brains are presented with 3 options, we can make a choice and feel content. When we are presented with an infinite, bottomless conveyor belt of options, our primal programming completely breaks down. We stop valuing the person standing right in front of us because our brain subconsciously whispers, hey, what if the next swipe is a supermodel who owns a yacht and loves doing your dishes? We are perpetually looking past our current date's shoulder to see who is walking through the door next. But let's say you beat the statistical odds. You both swiped right. A match is made. The digital heavens part, angels sing, and you are granted the privilege of speaking to another human being. Except you aren't just speaking. You have now entered the terrifying world of dating linguistics, a complex, unwritten psychological Cold War where a single misplaced punctuation mark can completely destroy your chances of ever getting a drink with this person. In modern dating, text communication is governed by the laws of inverse investment. The golden rule is simple. Whoever cares less wins. If they text you a casual message and you reply within 45 seconds with an enthusiastic multi-sentence paragraph detailing your thoughts, boom, game over. You've broken the social matrix. You look desperate. You look like you have no hobbies, no friends, and a severe lack of options. To survive, you must calculate the wait. If they took 2 hours to reply to your message, you must legally wait at least 1 hour and 47 minutes to reply to theirs. You have to
actively simulate a busy, fascinating life by ignoring a glowing rectangle in your pocket that you are actually staring at with intense anxiety.
And the vocabulary? We have invented a literal dictionary of clinical-sounding terminology to justify treating each other like disposable garbage. First, there's ghosting, the ultimate classic. You talk for 3 weeks, plan a date, share your deepest secrets, and then, poof, they vanish from the face of the earth as if they were a figment of your imagination or a witness protection participant. Then we upgraded to breadcrumbing. This is when someone has absolutely zero intention of ever meeting you, but they send you a low-effort text like thinking of you or a single emoji once every 10 days just to keep your attention on life support. They don't want you, they just want to make sure you're still an active backup option in their pocket aquarium. And finally, the most exhausting of them all, benching. You aren't rejected, but you aren't picked. You are kept on the sidelines, warmed up, waiting for the starter player to get injured or boring so you can be called into the game for a brief, fleeting moment of validation. We have taken human relationships and applied the exact optimization tactics used by fantasy football managers. Now, it is easy to look at all of this and blame ourselves. We say that our generation is superficial or that social media ruined our attention spans, and sure, that's part of it. But if you want to know why modern dating is truly fundamentally broken, you have to follow the money. You have to realize that you aren't just fighting your own awkwardness or bad luck. You are fighting a multi-billion-dollar corporate empire that is financially incentivized to keep you completely alone.
Let's look at the business logic of a dating app. If a car company sells you a vehicle that lasts for 20 years, they made a good product. But if a dating app pairs you with the love of your life, what do? You delete the app, you leave a 5-star review, you uninstall it, and you go live your life. From a capitalistic standpoint, a successful match is a lost customer. Almost every major dating app you've ever heard of is owned by just a couple of massive conglomerates. Their ultimate corporate metric isn't marriages created, it's daily active users and session length. They need you to open that app 20 times a day. They need you to swipe until your thumb hurts. To achieve this, app developers hired behavioral psychologists who specialized in casino slot machine mechanics. They integrated a concept known as variable reward schedules. If every single swipe was a match, you'd get bored. If every swipe was a rejection, you'd quit. But if the matches are completely unpredictable, if you swipe through 20 rejections just to get one sudden dopamine-inducing hit of validation, your brain gets hooked. You are no longer looking for love, you are pulling the lever on a digital slot machine, waiting for the lights to flash. And then comes the premium phase, the monetization of hope. Once the app uses its algorithm to restrict your visibility, it presents you with the solution to the very problem it created. Are you lonely? Are you tired of swiping into the void? For just $30 a month, we will show you who already liked you. We will boost your profile to the front of the line. We will give you unlimited super likes. They are charging you a subscription fee for the basic human right of being seen by your peers. It is an industry built entirely on selling you the antidote to a poison they manufactured in their own laboratories. So, where does that leave us? Are we doomed to spend the rest of our lives swiping on cold glass screens until our fingers fall off, paying monthly fees to corporate overlords just to get a lukewarm text message back 3 days later? Maybe. But maybe the trick is simply remembering that the app is an interface, not reality. The person on the other side of that card isn't an item on an e-commerce store. They are just as terrified, confused, and exhausted by this entire system as you are. The next time you get a match, stop playing the waiting game. Skip the coded text linguistics, drop the corporate biochar, and just ask them to grab a coffee. Break out of the simulation before the algorithm figures out a way to charge you for breathing the same air. But hey, if you think navigating dating apps is a nightmare, wait until you find out how your brain completely ruins your life when you try to buy a house or handle money. Hit subscribe,
Leave a comment with your worst dating app horror story below, and let's keep figuring out this ridiculous world together.